Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZTV for the week of August 3rd, 2020. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And your co-host, Claire. All right, Stephen, what do we have this week for Detroit Zoological Society updates?
Well, to get started, we wanted to give you all an update on Zane and June, two of the youngest animals at the Detroit Zoo. This is some footage of Zane socializing with another young chimpanzee in the troop, Jane. They're both doing really well together, and it's great to see.
Boy, you can really see Zane literally looking up to Jane in some of this footage.
And somebody was commenting on Facebook that it looks like the older chimpanzee is kind of hiding from them. I imagine it's quite a bit of work, living with both of them.
As a working mom of young children, I can relate.
And then next up, we have some footage of June, and June is our young snow monkey. And June is also doing really well. I was just out there earlier this week watching her explore her new habitat. And one thing I'm really impressed with is how quickly these young primates are able to really explore, climb around, things like that, doing some rock climbing that I'd be afraid to do, even myself.
I would agree with that. I tend to stay on the ground if all possible. Feel a little bit safer there. A little bit of grooming action going on there by mom, making sure that baby June is taken care of. Boy, I could watch that footage all day. As a reminder to everyone, yoga at the zoo and leaps and beats start this week. Both have in-person and virtual options, so please check out the Detroit Zoo's website, detroitzoo.org, for more information about both of these unique opportunities. Stephen, over to you for the Animal Live Cam Plays of the Week.
All right, let's go ahead and roll the footage.
Here we go. It's the Animal Live Cam Plays of the Week, and I hope you like snow monkeys because all three plays this week are from Snow Monkey Sports. Starting off at number 3 with Snow Monkey Gymnastics. Take a look at the center of this image. You'll see baby Snow Monkey June appear, and look at that jump. She gets up on that branch. Now she's going to try to climb this branch here, and does a pretty good job getting all of her limbs around it, does a little 180 spin around, and then gets up a little bit higher before she decides that she wants to do a dismount, but rather than just stepping down, look at this jump right here. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And then she recovers from that jump and climbs all the way up to the tree. Let's watch that jump one more time. Here you can see her bracing for it, getting ready for it, bending her legs to get a nice springing action. Look at that full extension, grabs on with all 4 limbs and hangs on. Great job. Number 2, this is now Snow Monkey branch climbing. And again, we can see that we have June here, but we also have Hannah a little higher up, and she seems to be pretty interested in this too. Now June is going to try to climb up this branch, but then Hannah gets in her way and she decides to climb down, does a little spin around, and then goes back onto the rock and goes up to this other branch. Now watch this climbing action. Very quickly she's able to get all the way up this branch before Hannah even notices what is going on. Great speed there, June. All right, before we go on to number 1, let's go to our caption this contest. Starting off our photograph from last week, and here are a couple of contenders. One of the winners was, "Thanks, I'll be here all week," submitted anonymously, and the other one was, "Hi Mom, I'm on DZTV," again anonymously. Great captions. Now for this week's caption, what would you say for this? Here was our take on it. "All aboard the Snow Monkey Express." Now we want to know what you would write for a caption of this image. So if you have an idea, go ahead and submit your caption to education@dzs.org. All right, moving on to number 1. Now this gymnastics and branch climbing has all of a sudden become a game of Queen of the Hill. And if you're not familiar with this game, it's where one snow monkey is going to be trying to get to the top of this log, and the other monkey is going to be trying to prevent her. So we have June trying to climb up to the top, sees Hannah up there, and realizes, wait a sec, I can team up with Mom here. And you can see here that now June and her mom are working together. Hannah decides to go down to the bottom of the log to try to get a new angle of attack. Meanwhile, June is slowly but surely making her way up the log while Mom provides defense. You can see that Hannah hasn't given up yet. She is slowly trying to make her way back up to go for a sneak attack, but Mom sees that and blocks her one more time, and then last-ditch effort, but again, Mom does a great job blocking. Great work all around.
All right, back to you, Claire, for the feature story.
All right, everyone, you've been asking and we have delivered. We have a new virtual live camera out on one of the habitats featuring the giraffes. Let's check in on them right now and see what's happening out in the giraffe habitat. Now, this camera will be available every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's replacing the falcon cam since the young falcons have gone off and started their own lives and are no longer living on the water tower. And Stephen, it looks a little damp out there today.
It does. And I guess, it's nice to see that the giraffes don't have to be out in that rain.
It's a true story. So the giraffes, as do many of the animals here at the Detroit Zoological Society's 2 campuses, have the option to go inside depending on the weather. And today's, it looks like they have opted to go into the barn. So we can check in on them every day from now until who knows when. So check back in. And I'm sure that you'll spot them next time they are out in the yard.
And I will say I was watching that earlier in the week on a nice sunny day, and they were right up there by the camera, and it was a pretty amazing experience. Felt like I was just out there in the zoo. So really great resource to check out.
I'm really excited to continue checking in on them, even from my desk instead of just walking out there. Stephen, what do we have this week for virtual education programs?
Well, as always, starting off Monday, August 3rd, 2020 at 11 a.m., this is DZTV with Claire and Stephen. And then at 4 p.m., Erin, our Nature Center's manager, will be giving another Belle Isle Nature Center update. Looking forward to that.
On Tuesday, you can join Akila out at the Wolverines for a virtual habitat chat. Make sure and check that one out so we learn a little bit more about the Wolverines. And Stephen, you'll be in at 4 o'clock thinking about Systems Thinking 1 or Systems Thinking I?
Thinking 1, yeah.
Very good. Looking forward to finding out more about that one.
Well, coming up later in the week then. And on Wednesday, August 5th at 11 a.m., Claire will be at the horse habitat doing a virtual habitat there. Very excited to get an update on Buster and Trio. And then at 4 p.m., David will be sharing a wildlife adventure story.
David's always good for a great story. Looking forward to it. Ha! Here we are on Thursday. Stephen, you're back with Systems Thinking 2 at 11 a.m.
Thinking I.
Double I. And at 4 p.m., Sandy's going to return with her continued Monarch Mystery series as she's studying milkweed.
And then finally on Friday, Brad will be at the Matilda R. Wilson Free Flight Aviary for a virtual habitat chat. That'll be really exciting. And then Zara will be sharing a lesson on zebras at 4 p.m. to close out the week.
Stephen, I just read something online. It was a really cool study. Some researchers were interested as to why zebras have stripes. And I'm not going to give it away because Zara might be covering it on Friday, but it's definitely worth tuning in for because they did a pretty interesting experiment that had surprising results.
Ooh, so it's a zebra mystery.
It is. Zebras and monarchs, 2 mysteries in a week.
That's exciting. All right, we're going to go to some breaking news. And for breaking news this week, we have, it says Cartoon Stephen for breaking news about Art Week, our new summer virtual venture.
Well, hello there, real life Stephen and Claire. It's me, Cartoon Stephen, and I'm here to tell you about this week's summer virtual adventure, Art Week. Join us as we learn about different artistic media like sculpture, painting, and photography, and how they can help us celebrate and save wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, look, there's a happy little squirrel. Hello there, happy little squirrel. Let's try painting him. Remember to take nice, even brush strokes. Oh no, it looks like I painted a happy little robin instead. That's okay though, because there are no mistakes in painting, just happy accidents. Hello there, happy little robin. Back to you, real life Stephen and Claire.
Thanks, Cartoon Stephen. Claire, over to you for the weather.
All right, we're going to check in at the Australian Outback Adventure Habitat, seeing what the weather is out there. So we have a dedicated group of volunteers who help make sure that our guests and the animals who live in that habitat have safe and exciting experiences. Over to them for a weather update. How's the weather out there in the Australian Outback? All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today for DZTV. Remember to stay healthy, take care of each other. We'll see you next week.